What is going on YouTube? Snoop12922, and this is a video response for Frank at Baseball Hall of Fame autographs. I'll get tongue-tied with this one, but I'm going to tell the story about this helmet. If you have kids, you might want to pause the video and have them leave the room. We'll get into that right after. Okay, this is a video response for Frank at, oh, I'm sorry. Let me introduce it the way he does. Hey now. He's a Howard Stern fan. I am too. Hey now. But he wants to know a story to go with an autograph item you have. He doesn't care if it's baseball, football, soccer, hockey. Doesn't matter. He just wants to know the story to go with it. So I'm assuming if it's like a card, maybe you got in person, the whole story with that. Or even if it's an autograph you bought offline, but you've been searching and searching and searching for it, you know, whatever. But he is having this contest, and I said, what better time than to tell the story of the Lawrence Taylor autograph helmet? Now, as I said, if you have kids, you want them to leave the room right now. But I got this helmet signed at CSA. I think it was the October show. And LT was going to be there. And so I knew this was my chance. I've been wanting an LT signed helmet, for over 7 years. Because every now and then, Aaron Davis is trying to call me. I'll call him right back. But every now and then, he will do a very cool inscription. And as I said, I love getting stuff signed, but I also love the inscriptions. So I went on, I ordered the full-size helmet, and went to the CSA show. I was very critical on the helmets that I got, Frank, but did get this one in. It's not the one with the long giants like he had when he played, but this one does have the newer NY logo on it. But it's all good, you know, it's all about the player. Anyway, got all my inscription tickets and everything, and I've got 3 regular plus another inscription on here and the autograph. So get up in line, got my helmet, and I get there to meet LT, and hand him the helmet, and there's a guy sitting beside him, and you know, he's taking all the tickets and everything, and the first thing out of his mouth is, man, god damn, you got all this shit here for me to sign. Jesus, I got other shit to do today. And I was like, yeah, well, you're my favorite player, man, so, you know, I got to get something hooked up from you. And he said, okay, that's cool, that's cool. The other guy kind of snickered, and I guess he kind of knew where this conversation was going to go with a lot of the stuff. Well, the first thing he did was sign his name right there in the center across the top, right there with Lawrence Taylor. And I said, that's awesome. Because, well, first he asked, you know, what you wanted signed in. And I'd already talked to some autograph collectors that were there. They told me to get the white paint. So that's what's on here. So he put the Lawrence Taylor right there. And I used one of my inscription tickets. And I was like, hey, you know, I want you to put the Hall of Fame 99. So he's like, okay, Hall of Fame 99. That's cool. So then I had the other inscription ticket. And believe me, this inscription ticket is 3 times more than the other one, and he does not do this at every show, because I had already talked to CSA and Denver Autographs, who handles all the athletes, to ask him if he would do this, but it cost a hell of a lot more to get this done. But on here, he put Lawrence Taylor is a bad motherfucker, and normally, if you check eBay or anything, they all say LT was a. And I said, I want to get you to put, bad motherfucker on there. And he said, all right, I'll put LT was a bad motherfucker. And he saw the inscription tickets. And I said, oh, don't put was a bad, put is a bad. And he said, well, I was a bad motherfucker, though. I said, yeah, but don't you watch Sam Jackson movies and stuff? He said, yeah. I said, well, like Sam Jackson would say, you ain't a dead motherfucker, are you? Because if you a dead motherfucker, then you was a motherfucker. But you're alive, so you still are a bad motherfucker, aren't you? And he sat back and he thought about it for a second. And he said, you know what? I still am a bad motherfucker. You right. I'm going to put it on here. LT is a bad motherfucker. Then he put the little quotes and everything. He said, how's that look? I said, yeah, see, you still a bad motherfucker, aren't you? I said, I know about the bar. And he started laughing. He said, all right, man, what's the next inscription, man? Let me get this done. I said, well, right there on the back where the front part of your name is, can you put Black Moses? And he just looked, he had the helmet like this, and he said, what? And I said, yeah, I want you to put Black Moses. And he said, where in the hell did you get Black Moses from? And I said, well, I saw another helmet you had done, and you put Black Jesus on it. I said, but my wife said Black Jesus would be sacrilege. So since I can't get Black Jesus on the helmet, how about you put Black Moses? And he said, he started giggling about it. And he said, man, he said, you're a funny dude with that stuff. I said, well, look, man, you just like Moses. You led the Giants to 2 Super Bowl championships. And just like, he led his people to the promised land. And he said, you know what? I never thought of it that way. I did lead my team, didn't I? And he looked over at the other guy that was there with him. And the other guy said, yeah, you led the team to a lot more than just those Super Bowl champions. You led the team through a bunch of shit. And LT said, of course I did. I said, see, that's why you still a bad motherfucker, because I know you could still do it. And so he started laughing and he said, you know what? I'm putting Black Moses on here. He said, hell yeah, you're the only one in the world with this damn thing on here. He said, but I love it. So he put right here on the back of it, Black Moses. Then for the other inscription ticket I had, I asked him to put 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, which is right here on the helmet. And, he said, is that it? Is that all you want signed on this helmet? I said, I would like to get a lot more put on here, but you're going to take all my funds out of my pocket. And he said, good, because I'm going to get writer's cramp. I said, look, man, back in 2018, you hung out with some of my friends at National. Y'all were outside drinking and smoking cigars and cutting up. And he was sat back and he's thinking, he's like, National. I said, Chicago. And he started giggling and laughing. And I said, what, you remember them? I said, I just got off the phone with one of those guys. He said, if you talk to any of those guys again, you tell them I said they still can't beat me in a foot race. So the guys that were there in 2018 at National, I know Aaron Davis was there. I know Nate was there. Garrett. And I think Mr. Fisherbike, I'm not sure who else. LT said to tell you guys you still can't beat him in a foot race, and you all would know what that means. So I told him, I said, yeah, I'm going to be at National this year. He said, yeah, I'll be there signing autographs. And I said, you know what? We're going to have to hang out the same way. I said, but this time I'm going to bring one of them mason jars from out here in the country. I said, you from out in the country of VA, you know what I'm talking about. He said, one of them clear masons. I said, yep. He started laughing. He said, oh, hell no. If y'all thought I was an ass then, you let me get a hold of that mason jar. I said, all right, that's cool. He said, nah. Second thought, we will have to catch up. He said, maybe we'll meet up at the same spot and you bring that jar with you. So he handed me back the helmet. I went. The helmet is actually double certified. It's a Beckett certification here. And right here is a PROVA certification. So it's double certified. And that's the whole story. Because right after I got the helmet back and we chatted for a second like that, that's the whole story with this very, very special helmet. I wish I would have given my phone to the lady behind me that was getting an autograph from LT to record the whole thing, but I was awestruck in the moment. And there you go, Frank. I hope that qualifies. That is the entire story of me meeting LT at the CSA show and getting this helmet signed. A 10-minute video to go through the whole story. But it was great. Anyway, you guys take it easy. Stay blessed. I'll see you on the next one. Remember, collect what you love, but love what you collect. Peace.